Okay, Scoldmoney 84. This is the video in reference to how I placed these panels in for you. It's a nice bright sunny day, as you can see. Okay, nice blue skies out here in Southern California, in El Cajon area where I'm at. Okay, this panel here is made out of plywood. Okay, I believe it's a 15 layer. Don't quote me on that, but just ask them for 5/8 plywood. Okay. The strap I used was a maple. I used maple because it's a hardwood and it won't split. So ask them for maple backstrap, 7/8 thick by 1.5 inch, I believe. 1 7/8 wide. Okay, that's a piano hinge. So when you ask them for the hinge to place this door in place, if you use it to fold over, ask them for piano hinge. Okay, if you want to use pine, this is how I installed it. Okay, I'm going to take a screw and I'm going to put a screw in here as best as I can because the liquid nails didn't hold. Liquid nails was done here. You can put a screw running on the top here, but if you do, just put some silicone in it, I would recommend, so it doesn't leak in. Okay, same thing for this piece here. I did the same thing. I used liquid nails, but I might screw it in. So go to Home Depot and ask them for a piece of strap. Like I said, ask them for some what's called back strap, especially in the wood area. If nobody knows what you're talking about, just tell them you want a piece of wood then. Okay, again, the measurements are 7/8 thick by 1.75 inch or 1 7/8 thick. Okay, this panel here, I will be putting some dotted lines, so if you want this traced and you want that pattern, you can cut it out for yourself. I'm just going to trace out the outer pattern. Okay, this panel here. Okay, I'm going to trace this panel out. If you want a door, I just drilled a small hole. Okay, remember, you have to take these notches, you have to put little groove notches, valley notches in here, so that you can clear this little part here, which is the bracing. Okay, you could probably take a hammer and smash this in a little bit, but you'll probably end up bending this whole area here. So my best bet is just to cut the notch. It's speaker carpet material that was used. Okay, and on the door here, I'll trace out little dotted lines. I used gold little hinges. You can look for those in Home Depot as well. Okay, I'll be tracing out these patterns for you, and I'll be marking which one is left, which one is right, which one is the for the front panel as well, since you requested all 3 pieces. My understanding is you wanted just the 2, but I'll give you the 3. That's fine. Don't worry about shipping, it's no big thing. You know, you did me a favor enough for, you know, doing the patterns for the trunk. So you know, it's good enough. It's fair enough. So with it being fair enough, I'm going to send those pieces out for you. I'm gonna try and get it out today, so if not, I'll send them out Monday and you will have them by Wednesday. So I'll get these pieces sent out to you, and that's pretty much it. That's how it's done. Screws to screw them in with, you can use screws of your preference. If not, go to Home Depot and use 1.25 inch wood screws. Okay, and that's about it. And if you want, you can use a cut-off wheel to cut off these piano hinges. If not, just use a hacksaw. Those are cut at 6 inches a piece, and they're roughly set in between anywhere from 4.5 inches to about 5.5 inches, which is good enough. So you know, just test fit. You know, cut the area openings for your hinges to fit to, for the door hinge, and that's about it. My best advice to you as well is, before you cover these panels in speaker carpet material, make sure you mark the area where the pine is at. Don't cover the plywood yet. Just kind of test fit it, lay it up against the pine, and kind of take a marker or pencil, kind of make your marks in the area where the pine is at, and either go ahead and just run the screws through the plywood first, or drill a hole to make it easier, but make sure the holes are there first, so that this way you won't have a hard time, because the screws will give you a hard time going through the speaker material. It catches the threads real easy. Once you put the holes in, you can just poke it through and then you're set. What I did for the speaker carpet material, okay, is I went and bought me a little stapler. I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay, and I just use staples. Kind of like if you watch videos how people make fiberglass boxes, how they staple the staples real close, is pretty much what I did. Started on one side, stapled them close to each other, and just folded the edges and cut all the excess off. Okay, so I'm gonna get this done for you, get it done, sent out to you, and they'll be on their way.